Hey fam, welcome back. So today is just me. I want to be more consistent with our videos and putting content out. It is difficult to get both of us to be able to do a video because my husband does work full time. We have 3 kids, so life does get busy. So I was like, you know what? Let me start making some videos with just me when I have the free time. And then it could just be like, asking me questions. I think that would be good. I think I could still give some type of advice by myself. I hope you guys like the videos, and I hope you like everything that I put out. Anyways, so today I'm going to get right into it. So I get quite asked a lot, how did I find my husband, or how did I end up getting married? I got married pretty young. I was only 22 when I got married. A lot of people probably like, oh my god, that was super young. It was young, but for me it worked out because I did allow myself to date and experience. So 22 was fine for me. Like, I was content with my choice. So how did I end up getting married? How did I end up getting to this point in my life? Honestly, I always wanted to be married. Even as a kid, I remember always playing games about like what my wedding would be like, the color that I would choose, how my dress would look. I would even like sketch little pictures on this is how my wedding dress is gonna be, and this is the color my wedding is gonna be, and when I get married, I want to be married before I have children, and there's always gonna be food in my house. Like, I had this whole plan about what my life was gonna be, and finding my husband at a very young age. I know it's probably kind of like, why was you always thinking about that? But honestly, that is what was always in my head. That's always what I wanted. That's what I saw. My parents were married. Majority of my cousins, they were married. We used to go to weddings all the time. I walked in a lot of weddings, and it was just always so beautiful, and everybody always had fun, and everybody was always happy at these weddings. So it was just like, I want that. Like, I want to be happy. I want to have fun. I want to dance and do all those things. So for me, that was marriage. Little did I know that it's way more than that, but that was just what was in my head as a kid. Like, marriage was happy, marriage was fun. So that was just something that I always aimed for, and something that I just always wanted in my life. So as I got older, I honestly can remember always praying, like, whoever that God was sending to me would be my husband. So whoever I was dating, I would always say, okay, if this is the person I am supposed to be with, make it clear to me. So I would pray about it, finding my husband, and I guess in always thinking about it and always moving in a certain way of, okay, I want to be married. I guess you could say I was manifesting that into my life of finding a husband and being married. I have a goal. You set that goal, you set yourself on that path, and you do whatever you need to do to get to that goal. So for me, I guess that was marriage before I even knew that that's what I was doing. When I dated, I would look at the guy and say, would he be a good husband? Honestly, even when I was like in junior high school, I would be looking at my boyfriends like, would you be a good husband? So I know you're probably like, girl,
why was you thinking about marriage when you were in junior high? I don't know, I just love love.
Like, who knows? I just always wanted that. So I just always looked at boyfriends and wondered, like, would they be a good husband? And I can remember as young as junior high that I would look at my little boyfriends like, oh, when we got older, I wonder if he would be a good husband. So I don't know. I love love. Anyways, let's move on. So I would also ask myself, like, if this person would be a good husband as far as would they be nice to me? Would they love me? Are they gonna cheat on me? Would they be a good dad to my kids? Are they gonna respect my family? Do they make me laugh? So these are questions that I would ask when I would be dating guys, even past junior high. Now, like just in my young adult age, I would look for those kind of things in guys. And if the answer was no, I would start to like, shy away. Like, you know what, it's probably not gonna work out. Because if we can't even have a regular conversation and just laugh about things, then what kind of life is that? Another thing, guys, honestly, don't be afraid to walk away. If something or someone is not making you happy, you are within your right to walk away and find happiness. You are allowed to choose happiness. You don't have to be miserable for the rest of your life. It honestly, it don't matter if you're young, old, whatever. If you're not happy, it's okay to walk away and find happiness and choose happiness. As I got older and, you would get your heart broken, or, I broke a few hearts myself. I realized I had to not only look at what I wanted in a husband, but also the negatives. Like, what did I not want in my life? What is something that I would have to like push the brakes on? Like, no, I cannot live with someone that's like that. So one of the things I can honestly say that I can't deal with is someone that always feels the need to be right. Because for me, if you feel like you always need to be right, that means that you are not willing to grow with me. You are not willing to make any sacrifices. You're not willing to make any changes. So if I were to come to you and say, what you did hurt me, you won't be able to say sorry because you feel like whatever you did was okay. Whatever you did was right. So sorry is not something that you would be able to do. You won't be able to feel how I feel because you always feel the need to be right. So that was something that I knew off the bat that I couldn't honestly deal with. And I did date a guy like that, and that's something that's why it ended up being on my list, is because I was dating a guy like that, and he always felt that he was right about every single thing. And it was just like, you can be taught, you can learn something new every now and then. So it was very difficult to have conversations with that kind of person. It was very difficult to, even have feelings for someone like that, because you feel like you're always right. So it's like we're kind of just stuck here, because if you're always right, I can't teach you anything. We can't grow together. So that was definitely something on my list that was just like it was a deal breaker. Also, get along with this person's family. That's another big thing for me. I'm not gonna spend my entire life arguing or fighting with someone's family. So for me, it was like when I went to visit, how did the person's parents treat me? How did they accept me into their house? And also, what are their relationships with their kids? Are they the type of parents that, like, if their kid is wrong about something, they're going to tell them that, you were wrong? Or are they going to say, what did the other person do to make you do that? So I know a lot of parents make up excuses for their kids, especially a lot of times, unfortunately, women with sons. If their son is doing something wrong, they're looking at the girlfriend or the wife saying, oh, well, what did you do to make my son act like this? That's something that I cannot deal with. I remember dating this guy, and his mother straight up said to me that she was okay with her son having a girlfriend and having friends on the side when his girlfriend made him sad.
Bruh.
mind you, I'm his girlfriend at the time. So basically you're telling me that if he pulls up with a chick in your house, you're not even going to say anything. You're not going to tell him that what you're doing is wrong, because obviously I did something wrong for him to bring a chick in the house. And
this is exactly why this fool was running around chasing every female all over the place, couldn't say no to nobody that dropped it like it's hot in front of him.
Let's move on. Anyways, let me not derail. Let me get back on track. I can't deal with something like that. Honestly, I need a family. I need parents, most important, that is gonna say, like, no, if you're wrong, you're wrong. If you're right, you're right. I don't like that. Oh, just because it's my kid, I'm gonna, bash the in-law because of whatever. And that is one of the things that stood out to me in particular about my husband's parents, his dad especially. When we first started dating, I guess Patrick didn't have that, sit down with his parents, because he had been with another woman for 3 years, I think, prior to me and him starting to date. So in his parents' mind, that's who he was still dating. So they didn't have that sit down of, dad, mom, I'm not dating this person anymore. Now I'm dating this person. So in their mind, they're seeing me coming around. They're thinking that, he's dating two people at the same time. So his mom was very confused, and she didn't know how to greet me, or how to be around me. But I remember going to their house one day, and his dad straight up was like,
do you know that he has a girlfriend in so and so?
And I just started laughing, and Patrick was just like,
I do not. Me and her are not together anymore.
But honestly, I could appreciate that. I appreciated it so much, because I was just like, so you honestly telling me that if something is going down, you're gonna tell your son, like, you're gonna blow his spot pretty much. Like, you're not just gonna sit there and act like nothing is happening watching your son do wrong. So that's definitely something that stood out to me off the bat with my husband's parents, is that if one of their kids is doing wrong, they're gonna tell their kid, you are doing wrong, what you're doing is not right. And they're gonna sit down and they're gonna talk to their kid that, you need to fix this, you need to do right. So I appreciate that, and that is something that I always looked, even before meeting my husband's parents, that if I cannot get along with my significant other's parents, or if they are just people that are not going to tell you straight up you're wrong or my kid is wrong, that's a deal breaker for me. That feels like the need that they need to physically put their hands on you or physically hit something to release or to get their point across. I have no tolerance for that nonsense. If you feel like you need to hit something, I'll never forget, one of my cousins had told me that if a guy ever feels like he needs to hit something to relieve his frustration or his anger, then that's someone you need to walk away from ASAP. And that was one of the top things for me, is if this guy is getting overly aggressive or overly angry about something that's very small, that's someone that I cannot deal with. Because then, like I said before, you're getting upset about little things. You never know. Little things start to escalate a lot. So if I can't have a disagreement with you, I can't go back and forth with you about how I feel and how you feel like you need to either push me or punch a hole in a wall or do something crazy like that. That's not what adults do. So that was definitely a no-no for me. So I guess all in all, how I found my husband, how did I end up here today being married in a successful marriage, in a happy marriage, is I told myself straight up, Dina, you're gonna be married, you're gonna get married, you're gonna have a husband that you're gonna be able to laugh with, and you're gonna be able to talk with, you're gonna be able to argue with, and it's gonna be okay my entire life. I told myself this is what's gonna happen, and I made sure that I set that goal and I walked accordingly, and here I am. So If that's what you want, whatever it is in life, even if it's that you don't want to be married, then walk accordingly, act accordingly. Set your goal, you aim, and you fire, and you make sure even if you miss the target a few times, you just keep reloading and keep firing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you had a good time. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what are your thoughts about your journey to being married, or your journey to whatever goal it is that you have. I want to hear about it. Comment down below. Thank you. We'll see you again. Peace.